To another Takeover Tour recap of the Purple Rain podcast. I'm literally trying to stop myself from wanting to do show tunes. Because as you guys should know, before the tour got announced for this season, the only Hamilton I've been aware of was the musical Hamilton. Oh my god. And honestly, literally, if it hadn't been for a triple header, I probably would have streamed the musical on Disney Plus later on that night. Yeah, the only Hamilton I'm familiar with is Lin-Manuel Miranda. I shall refrain from doing the show tunes. I'm not sure which of the show tunes Hamilton would be appropriate for this right now, actually, so I shall refrain myself. Well, that's gonna be tricky. But yeah. Especially as Hamilton, you delivered. I am so impressed with Hamilton. For a market I had no idea about, never heard of before. I have to say, I was really, really impressed. And you got to give it a treat, guys. You had an amazing game to watch. I mean, first ever match between the Seattle Torrent and the Toronto Sceptres, and it goes to a shootout, and just incredible hockey. I mean, it was really brilliant, especially how Seattle, when it looked like Darren Watts was going to stand as the game winner, as a trio, we collectively said we really loved how Seattle handled that closing stage of the game, where they didn't panic, didn't start to get frustrated, didn't make costly mistakes, just got down, got the tying goal, and then took it from there. So Seattle played really well. Some smart hockey we saw from this young squad in those closing stages of the game. So really great to see there. And what an amazing facility. Because obviously, this was the first hockey event to take place at TD Coliseum since it had this multi-million-dollar renovation done. So really exciting. It held, I think, up to about 18,000 people. And over 16,000 showed up. That was, us three, our jaws just dropped. We heard that number, like, wow. I'm just like, yeah, well, where to go, Hamilton? Pretty much, so 16,000 people just showed out. So, and also, one thing to note is you pay attention during the game, on center ice, you have the Takeover Tour logo put on center ice. That, to me, just shows how much Hamilton wants to be in this league. The fact they are putting the Takeover Tour logo on center ice, that, to me, shows that Hamilton wants to be in this league. Because none of the other stops have done that so far. And I think we should be having the Takeover Tour logo on center ice, but it's just one game. We know that the ice service can be redone easily, so why are we not having that? Why are we not seeing that more often on this Takeover Tour? So that's something I would like to see more of going forward, as we are slowly make our way through all the various stops. This was stop number 5, by the way. This is the 5th stop of the tour, and I think it's kind of a shame that Hamilton has only been given one game. I think the league has made a mistake by giving Halifax 2 games and Hamilton only 1. Because I think between those two, I think Hamilton is more primed for expansion than Halifax. Because me and Lady keep saying like how Halifax is too remote. We're not sure that would really work. Hamilton's got this brand new facility. There's nobody in it right now. That arena is ready for somebody to make it their own. So if we could get in there first, we could make that a primary tenant, and that would be another primary tenant for this league. So I don't think Halifax would be a primary tenant though. I don't think it would. So Hamilton's got to be Halifax, doesn't it? So I think the wrong call was made, giving Halifax 2 games. Plus, as a trio, we weren't too impressed with Halifax's first game. We'll see how it goes for their second game coming up this weekend. But yeah, so really impressed with Hamilton. And the other thing fascinating, that that arena looks like it could be an AHL venue. It could, because the ring actually looked quite massive. It looked like a really massive ring that could easily be AHL made. So I think Hamilton. Look, you guys know that for me, when it comes to expansion, I want the right markets, not any market. If the league thinks Hamilton's right for this league, then who am I to say no? Because Halifax, you made a really good impression on me. You really did. You made a really good impression. I was so impressed. So, and I know I already locked in my teams that I think should get this next expansion route, but do I now need to go, well, do you know what? Let's just reshuffle them, maybe slot in Hamilton, because I know Calgary can't right now. I think I already need to consider reshuffling Chicago out, because I was still not impressed with that last spot. So yeah. This is going to be really interesting when we get to the expansion, the next expansion round, who's going to get in, because I think some markets have already proved themselves worthy, and some have not, already on this tour alone. So, yeah, I mean, as long as Denver gets in, it's fine, but, yeah, so I was really blown over Hamilton, so you guys should be really, really impressed with us. I would love to go back. I'd love this league to go back to Hamilton, because I think they did a really great job. The only issue I had was, and it's kind of silly, the only issue I have, the only drawback I've got is it's in Ontario, so do we really want three teams in one province? Already got Toronto. That's the only thing drawback I have. It's silly. It's a bit silly. Right, we'll get straight into it. But as I say, really impressed with how I'll give you some more thoughts at the end of the show. That's how we normally do it. So let's go straight into the recap. So, here we go. Torrent beat Sceptres 3-2 in shootout, earned first road win. The Seattle Torrent earned the first road victory in team history, edging the Toronto Sceptres 3-2 in a shootout in front of 16,012 fans at TD Coliseum during the DoorDash PWHL Takeover Tour in Hamilton on Saturday afternoon. Alex Carpenter provided the game-tying goal with 4:21 remaining in the third period to send the game to overtime as the Torrent outshot the Sceptres 39-29. Seattle opened the scoring when Lexi Adija scored for the second straight game, giving the Torrent a 1-0 lead just 5:10 into the first period. Toronto responded early in the second as Natalie Spooner scored 55 seconds in to tie the game 1-1. Her second goal of the season. Darryl Watts extended her goal streak to 4 games in the third, giving the Sceptres their first lead up at 9:55. Carpenter then tied the game, recording her 50th career PHL point. The Torrent controlled overtime, outshooting Toronto 4-0, but could not beat goaltender Reagan Kirk, who finished with a career-high 37 saves. Hannah Vilka scored the shootout winner, with Anna Wilgren adding the insurance goal. Seattle goaltender Corinne Schroeder stopped all 4 Sceptres attempts in the shootout and made 27 saves in regulation and overtime to earn her first win as a member of the Torrent. Today's contest was the first hockey game played at TD Coliseum since the completion of the venue's $300 million renovation, and the first PWHL Takeover Tour game to feature the Takeover Tour logo on centre ice. Let's now go to the quotes. So we start with Torrent head coach Steve O'Rourke on the team's progression during a 17-day road trip. The results aren't always the most important thing. We want to put things together, period after period, but what we're doing is working period after period and seeing our identity grow, game in, game out. We're getting better as a group with our details, but the biggest thing here is understanding that these are 30 playoff games. That's really what it is. With intensity, we get ready each and every night to have that mentality, and we're starting to form that each night, that playoff mindset. I don't think you can see every game in the regular season as a playoff game. Maybe towards the end of the season, when we get to that grind, so we get to, like, say, the last kind of 5 to 6 weeks of the season, that's when you start thinking, right, what do you need to do to get yourself in that playoff spot, especially as it's still only 4 spots this year. But I wouldn't say every game. Not every game. Not every game. Not every game, Steve. You still find your feet. This is his first season. You still find your feet, mate. But I wouldn't say every game. Not every one. Towards the end of the stretch, maybe. Maybe. Basically, just walk before you can run, Steve. Walk before you can run. Right, let's carry on. We're now going to hear from Seattle forward Julia Gosling on the progress she's made since playing for the Sceptres in the 24-25 season. I think it's been linear, but also just coming into a new environment, new coaching staff that's really believed in me from the start, and just playing with some really incredible players. I feel like I started to feel confident last year in the playoffs, so it was nice ending that way and bringing it into the new year. I definitely felt more confident early on playing with players like Alex Carpenter and Harry Knight. I feel like I'm still bringing the type of game I was to play and not forcing pucks to new people. Not forcing pucks to them. There we go. Sorry. So not forcing pucks to them. It's linear, but being surrounded by new people. There we go. New stuff. A lot of support and a lot of growth. There we go. Sorry, it can be tricky sometimes reading off the phone. Right, I'll carry on. So we're now going on to the Sceptres now. But first we're going to hear from defender Renata Fast on playing in this building so close to her home in Burlington. It was pretty cool. I took it in during warm-ups, just looking around. It's very impressive. The renovations they've done in this building from the last time I was in here, I was blown away. It's like a brand new building. I had a lot of family and a lot of friends, a lot of people who have supported me and my journey. It was pretty special. This is somewhere I always wanted to play. And now we're going to finish off the quotes with Sceptres head coach Troy Ryan on what he said during the first intermission. I said a few things, but I don't think any of that is the reason they came out. I wish if that was the case, I would probably just repeat that all the time. I think sometimes you just say things to get people thinking, get everything on the same page, a little bit of a shift, and came out and started to play more the right way. Okay, so let's now run you through all the notables. So the Sceptres dropped their 4th straight game as the home team, counting 2 Takeover Tour contests, Halifax and Hamilton. With the point for a shootout loss, the Sceptres have now moved into a 3-way tie for 2nd place in the PWHL. Green Schroeder earned her 3rd a member of the Torrent in her 4th start of the season. It was also the first game this season in which she allowed fewer than 3 goals. With the win, Schroeder became the 14th goaltender to record a victory in this season. Reagan Kirk made a career-high 37 saves, while tying a career-high 39 shots against in the contest. Her previous best was 35 saves on 39 shots in her second PHL game against Montreal on December 21, 2024. Scarborough became the 3rd player in PHL history to reach 50 career points, joining Captain Clutch and Darryl Watts by scoring her 5th goal of the season. The marker was the 24th of her career, achieved in her 58th game, and she sits 2nd all-time in points per game, trailing only Poulin. Speaking of Watts, she recorded a goal and an assist to extend her point streak to 5 games and her goal streak to 4, as I mentioned at the top of the recap there. The 5-game point streak matches the longest in the PHL this season, alongside Megan Keller from Boston and Kendall Cooper and May Bapperson from Al Frost. And it ties the longest of her career from January 25 to February 11, 2025, while her 4-game goal streak stands as the league's longest and the longest in Sceptres history, surpassing the previous best set by Natalie Spooner in 2024. Lexi Adija recorded points in back-to-back games for the first time since March 8 to 15, 2025, when she did so with the Boston Fleet. It also marks her first goals in consecutive contests since the 2024 season, when she scored in 3 straight games with the Ottawa Charge from January 17 to 24. The longest point streak of her career came in her first 5 PHL games with Ottawa, during which she tallied 3 goals and 2 assists. There we go. Michaela Grant-Mentis hit the score sheet for the 2nd straight game with an assist on Adija's goal. The forward now has 4 points in her last 4 games after going scoreless through the opening 4 contests of the season. She also recorded a season-high 5 shots on goal, 1 shy of her regular season career high set on May 3, 2025 with the Montreal Victoire. Maria Kapelov recorded her first point as a member of the Torrent with the secondary assist on Adija's first period goal. It was her first point since February 15, 2025, when she scored against New York as a member of Montreal, snapping a 21-game regular season pointless streak. Natalie Spooner scored her 2nd goal of the season, bringing her points total to 5, matching her total for 24-25, which she accomplished in 14 games, because you've got to bear in mind she was out for the first half of the season due to injury. God, if Lady was here in the studio now, she would be literally harking back on that, because she's not let that go. She's not let that go about what happened to Sceptres and their turnaround when Spooner came back to the light. She's not let that go. Yeah, so thank God neither her or Plato are in the studio today. Otherwise we would be having some heckling right about now. So 14 games of last season. So the forward now has 25 career PHL goals, tied for 3rd all time. Emma Molte recorded the primary assist on Spooner's goal to move into a tie for 3rd in team scoring with 5 points. The forward is now 1 assist shy of reaching 25 in a PHL career. Blair Turnbull primary assist on Watt's third period goal, bringing her season total to 6 points in 10 games. She ranks second on the team in scoring behind Watt. I had to do a quick pause there because on the game recap it says the second period goal, and it wasn't. It was the third period goal. Do these people not proofread their articles, but they publish them? We actually had this problem last year as well. It's like, oh, give me strength. Not again. Anyway, we'll carry on. Renata Fast recorded an assist for the second consecutive game after returning on December 31 from a 3-game absence due to a lower body injury. The Burlington native, who was born in Hamilton, now has points in 3 of her last 4 games. Julia Gosling earned the primary assist on Carpenter's game-time goal, bringing her season total to 8 points. So Harry Nyman's got the secondary assist then. Dylan and Knight played well in that play. Yes, so for Gosling, that's 8 points now. The most on the Torrent, and is tied for 5th in the PHL. The second year forward has now not gone more than 1 game without recording a point this season. So well done for her. Yeah, because I didn't remember Harry Knight did get involved in that, so maybe Harry Knight got the secondary assist. Gosling got the first. Right, here we go. Anna Wilgren notched her 3rd assist of the season, halfway to her 24-25 total of 6 points in 30 regular season games with Montreal. The defender also logged a season-high 24-17 of ice time, the second most of her regular season career, behind the 26-10 she played on April 28, 2025 with the Victoire. Anita Terranova missed today's game for the Torrent as the defender served the first of her 2-game suspension for a legal check to the head, and rightly deserved it was. I think as trio we collectively think that should have been more harsher punishment, but And finally, this was the 5th game of the 25-26 Takeover Tour, with all 5 decided by 1 goal. 4 of those have gone to extra time, with 2 requiring a shootout and 2 requiring overtime. And we'll finish the 3 stars of the game. The 3rd star, Angelica Schuyler from Seattle. The 2nd star, Daryl Watts from Toronto. And the 1st star was Alex Carpenter from Seattle. Upcoming schedules for both these teams. Oh god, another proofreading mistake! Right, I'll make sure not to trip up. So, upcoming schedules for Toronto, Tuesday, January 6th, versus New York at 7 p.m. Eastern. For Seattle, Wednesday, January 7th at Boston at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday's Harry Knight's homecoming! Let's see if that's more exciting than the one we had in Seattle before Christmas. Oh dear. Right, so yes, there we go. So I just want to finish off with some more thoughts about Hamilton, and I think I could spend all night pretty much praising you, because I was just so impressed, and this is what I want to see on the tour. I've been banging this drum for pretty much the entire time, is that when you have these opportunities, when you have these kind of games, I want the markets chosen to make a good impression. Show me that you are engaging with this league. Show me that you want to be involved with this league. Because you don't know what could happen in the future. One of these markets could potentially one day land a team, as we saw with Vancouver and Seattle. They made a very good impression on last year's Takeover Tour, and here they are now 12 months later, they've got a team. So I want to see these markets coming out, showing up, getting bold, making the PHL feel welcome, because you could potentially one day be in our league. You could have your own team one day. It could happen. I feel Hamilton, okay, it's not the biggest attendance we've seen all time, because obviously I don't think anyone's... I don't think... Hold on, let's get this water. I don't think anyone's going to be able to beat Vancouver. I don't. But so far, that is the biggest attendance we've seen on the Takeover Tour so far this season. However, I do think this weekend, because we are going back to Quebec on Sunday, that's going to be happening while I'll be hosting the tour for the first time. We go back to Quebec on Sunday. Quebec sold out last year, and that got 18,500. I'm expecting Quebec to do that again, because Quebec is pretty much a prime candidate for expansion. So I imagine they'll get us then. So yeah, so we could potentially, when all said and done, have Quebec and Hamilton as the top two highest attenders in the Takeover Tour for 25-26. Who would have thought that going into November? Who would have thought that? It could happen. So Hamilton, you showed up, you showed out, and you really, really impressed me. Okay? I felt, coming away from this game, I felt that Hamilton has done enough to show me that they want to be on a part of the league. They want a team. They've shown me that. The question is, now, do the league feel that Hamilton is the right market? Because I do not want just any market entering the league. I want it to be the right market, because we need to make sure that all these teams that enter the league are going to be viable for the long term. So I need to make sure it's the right markets. And I think Hamilton could be based on that. Plus, what other market's going to put the Takeover Tour logo down on their ice? And I had heard in the ropes ago, I had heard on social media something was saying that was going to happen. I was like, okay, I'll wait till we get to the game. And then to see it, it's like, oh my god, it actually looked really nice on the center ice. It really did. So, well done for that. Well done, Hamilton. So, yes, I feel Hamilton has really, really upped it. They really did well. And that really looks so gorgeous. Because it looks lovely. And there's nobody there right now. Okay? Right now, there is nobody there occupying that arena. It's there for the taking. The NHL's not going to go there. They don't want to put more teams in Canada. They want to focus on the US. Okay? Plus, I don't think the NHL should be adding more teams. But, hey, everyone's got their addictions, haven't they? Haven't they, Gary? Yeah? Yeah? You're addicted to expansion. And that moolah, that cheddar that it could bring in. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, so I feel that if the league was to go to Hamilton, that would be a really good market. You've got an instant rival with Toronto right there. And it's another primary tenant. Because I think we would like to see more primary tenants in this league, wouldn't we? We would. So, if you get Hamilton in there, that would be a really good market. You can boast that, look, we've now got 2 primary tenants in the space of 2 seasons. That could be really good. So yeah, so I feel like Hamilton, you did so well. And like I said, if it wasn't for the fact that that night was a triple header, so I had my game in Ottawa and then had to then do the other Takeover Tour game in Detroit. If it had not been a triple header, then after that game, I probably would have gone on Disney Plus and streamed the musical. And I think I have to do this because we've got close to the end, close to the show now. All those 16,012 that attended on January the 3rd, they can say that they were in the room where it happened. And now we just have to wait for it to see if Hamilton will get a team. Oh, there's one more word I'll leave you out on, but I'll just mention who we're going to next. So yeah, so as we did mention, so the next stop was also on January the 3rd. That was a couple of hours later in Detroit. We had the Golden Eyes and the Boston Fleet go head to head. Yeah, so that recap will be coming straight away afterwards. Might release it on the same day because we have got, you know, it's been a bit weird having 2 Takeover Tour games on the same day. That's also going to happen again this weekend because you've got Halifax and Quebec also happening this weekend. I can't watch either of those games live because Halifax is on at 5 PM our time and Quebec is on 7 PM our time, but also at 7 PM our time in the UK, it's Seattle at Minnesota, so I'm going to be hosting the Torrent on that day, so I can't watch either of those 2 live, but we will try and get the replays watched. There will also be recaps, okay? So don't worry about that. Yeah. So don't worry about that. Yeah. Yeah, so it kind of felt weird to then go from one Takeover Tour to another Takeover Tour game. Felt quite weird. But yes, but honestly, Hamilton, I'm so impressed. I'm really impressed, guys. I think if the league thinks this is the right market to go, then who am I to say don't go? So, just. So I'm really, really impressed with that. So just loading up because I want to end this show. I've already quoted two, and I think there's another one I've got to quote because when I was posting of how I was impressed, how I did include some memes from the musical. So right, so yeah, right, we're going to end with a musical treat for you boys and girls. But honestly, Hamilton, I was so impressed. So thank you, Hamilton, so much. Next stop, Detroit. And before we go, Angelica, play us out. I've been reading Common Sense by Thomas Paine. Somebody saying that I'm intense or I'm insane. You are a revolution or a revelation. Listen to my declaration. We hold these truths to be so, and then all men are created equal. And when I'm in Thomas Jefferson, I'm a companion crew in the sequel. Work! Look around, how lucky we are to be alive right now. Look around, how lucky we are to be alive right now. History is happening, Manhattan is happening to me, and the greatest thing in the world, is the greatest thing in the world. I've been reading Common Sense by Thomas Paine. Some may say I'm lucid or insane. You are a revolution or a revelation. Listen to my declaration. We hold these truths to be so, and all men created equal. Look around. How lucky we are to be alive right now. History is happening, Manhattan is happening, the greatest thing in the world, and the greatest thing in the world. Angelica, Eliza, and Peggy, the Schuyler sisters. We're looking for a minor work. We're looking for a minor work. We're looking for a minor work. In the greatest thing in the world.